Hello, 7th grade. Today we are going to be doing page 16 in your theory books, Grand Staff and Ledgerline Review. Before we get started, please make sure you have a pencil in your hand, no pens. You guys need to remain quiet and work individually as we go through this, and then if you have any issues or concerns or you need to slow things down, raise your hand and ask the teachers to pause or rewind the video. Okay? Here we go. Number 1, draw a note head in the appropriate place on the grand staff according to the numbers given below. Each number below the staff corresponds with the labeled key on the piano keyboard. This is why your e-learning assignment yesterday was the piano keyboard, because it kind of helps us get started on this. So if you notice, the numbers here are in order, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, but on the piano, they're all out of order. They're kind of going all over the place. So this one in particular, please pay very, very careful attention. Don't work ahead and double check your answers, okay? So we're going to start with number 1, middle C. Middle C is called that not because it's in the middle of the piano, but because it sits in the middle of the staff, of the grand staff. It's one ledger line above bass clef and one ledger line below treble clef, so it's the middle of the staff. So middle C hangs out there on one ledger line. Now, if I were to go down to number 2 and I were to draw in all of these notes, I'd have C right here. Before that comes B. This guy would be A, so we're going to keep that in mind for later. Then we have to go back towards the end of the alphabet, G and F. So number 2 is going to be an F, but he's 5 keys below C. So we need to take that into consideration, sorry guys, and find an F that is this direction, meaning he's going to be in bass clef. Okay, my guess is some of you have already figured it out, but if we go through our lines, glad bags don't fall, that's where the F that is 5 notes below middle C sits. So let's go on to number 3. I'm going to keep marking up these keys, guys. You don't have to, but if it helps you, please do. Number 3 is all the way up here, so we're going to go C, D, E, F, G. Okay, so this guy is actually 5 notes above middle C. So we're now, from this C, we're going this direction, but please make sure that you're drawing it directly above the number 3, okay? So if we're going that direction, we need to find G. We're thinking every good. There he is. Now, just in case you guys haven't noticed, I'm going to change colors for this part. If it is to the right of C on the keyboard, of middle C on the keyboard, we're going to draw it in the treble clef. If it's to the left, we're going to draw it in the bass clef. I'll say that one more time. If it's to the right of middle C, the note you're going to draw is going to be in the treble clef. If it's to the left of middle C, it's going to be in the bass clef. So let's continue on. Our next note here, number 4, is all the way down here. We can go through and name each one of these pitches, and honestly, I'm probably going to. But we definitely know that it has to be lower than the note that we drew here on number 2. It's got to be lower than F because it's another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 keys down. So if we figure out what this note is, here's F. What comes before F would be E, and then D, and then C, B. We need a B that's down towards the bottom of the bass clef because we're moving down at least 5 notes. Okay, so right above number 4, you're going to think glad bags. Bam, that's where he sits on that second line. Now we're going to jump back up to treble clef. We've already labeled number 5. Woohoo! That's an E. And if you notice, this guy sits in between middle C and in between G, so he's going to be pretty darn close. So if middle C is here, G is here, we're looking at every. First line. All right, number 6. We're still in treble clef, so this one's going to stay on that top staff. So here's G, A, B. We need a B in treble clef. He's got to be higher than E, higher than G, so we're definitely going to be above the first 2 lines. And if we go every good boy, there he sits. Alright, so our treble clef ones are done. It looks like we have 2 more bass clef ones to do. We have number 7 here is A. We've already labeled that one. And that's so easy because we know that it's only 1, 2, 3 notes away from middle C. Middle C hangs out here on the staff. So it's going to be somewhere towards the top of the bass clef, because if middle C is here and A is only 3 notes away from it, it's got to be somewhere near that. So we're going to go all the way up towards the top. Glad bags don't fall apart. There's your pitch sitting on the top line. Now our last note, number 8, is crazy far away from middle C. We've already figured out B. We're actually going to use him as our homing beacon, number 4 here, to kind of help us figure it out. But as we go backwards, we have B, then A. We have to go loop around to the back of the musical alphabet again. G, F. So this one, guys, is going to be off of the staff, okay? So I'm going to actually walk down. Here's B. A would be here. G would be here. So we're running out of staff space. So F is actually going to hang out on the bottom side of that line. So I'm going to come over here to number 8, and I'm going to draw F right there, just below that bottom line. So this would be an excellent opportunity to pause the video and make sure that everybody in the class has copied down these pitches correctly. If you're a little bit confused, that's okay. This is not the only time we're going to do this, and we'll make sure you guys understand before we move on. But take a second and make sure everybody is caught up before you continue. Number 2, write the note name in the blank provided below each note on the treble clef staff. For notes you have not yet learned, use what you know to determine the answer. This is so easy, guys. Here we go. You ready? Every good boy deserves fudge. There's an F. Boop. Easy. All right. Every good boy deserves fudge and cake. And cake. That guy is a C. This is one we haven't learned yet, but we have the tools to figure it out. So here we go. Every good boy deserves fudge and cake. If this is C, what comes right after C in the alphabet? I hope you all said it. D. Here's another one that we can use our tools to figure out. We don't even need to go through the whole pattern. We know it's and cake, right? The 2 ledger lines below, they're just and cake. So if this is A, that was a horrible A, forgive me. You get the point. If A is right here, what comes right below A? Or right before A in the musical alphabet? G. Again, hopefully you all yelled that out. I hope you know your alphabet. Here we go. Every good boy deserves fudge and cake. C. Boop. Done. All right, number 2 is done, easy peasy. Take a second. Pause if you need it. That was pretty quick. And then we're going to move on to number 3. Write the note name in the blank provided below each note on the bass clef staff. For notes you have not yet learned, use what you know to determine the answer. Here we go. So we're thinking glad bags don't fall apart, all cows eat grass now. Glad bags don't fall apart. A. All right. Glad bags don't fall apart. Cause elastic. Cause elastic. This baby's an E. Here's where we've got to figure out using the tools that we have. So we have glad bags don't fall apart, cause elastic. E sits here. This guy's 1 step above that, so what comes after E in the alphabet? F. Glad bags don't fall apart, cause elastic. So this guy is cause, another C. If you heard that little like stuttering sound that just happened in the background, that would be my cat attacking me, so I'm sorry. Shoot. All right, here we go. Now, for number 4, they're going to try to trick you, because if you notice, we're switching back and forth. Treble, bass, treble, bass, treble, bass, treble, bass, treble, bass. They just keep going back and forth. For my purposes, I'm going to go through and do all the treble clef ones first, and then go back and do all the bass clef ones. That way I'm not jumping back and forth between the two clefs. So we're going to do A, C, E, G, and I first. Here we go. Every good boy deserves fudge and. Letter C. If you guys remember this one, 7B helped us figure this part out. So we know that the spaces spell face, F-A-C-E. So I have to remember what they said. I think it's before dinner, face, gummy, bears. I think. Sorry if that's wrong, 7B. But we've got before dinner, before. So this guy is a B. Okay, for letter E, we've got F-A-C-E, gummy, bears. He's another B. For letter G, and cake. He's the and. And last but not least, F-A-C-E, gummy. That's a G. That was really, really quick. Once again, take the time to pause if you need to double check your work. And when I'm done erasing some things, we're going to go on to the bass clef ones. Alright, so now we're going to do B, D, F, H, and J. Here we go. I do not remember. I don't remember. Sorry, girls. I know I should remember this. Okay, so all cows eat grass. Besides dairy, or because dairy, I can't remember which one that. I think it is don't forget. I got it. I don't forget. So this guy's don't. There's your D. Ladies, you can call me out for my bad memory when I get back. Alright, here we go. Glad bags don't fall apart cause elastic. There's an E. Alright, don't forget, all cows eat grass because dairy. I think it's because dairy. So there's a B. This is one we have to use our tools to figure out. So we know that this is cause elastic. So what comes before C? That would be B. Now I'm going to go back and double check something. Yeah, I'm right. So that's another B. And then this one is actually one that we've already used today. But don't forget, that baby's an F. And that, my dears, is your assignment for the day. So go back through, double check your answers. You have my permission to spot check your neighbor, not meaning go crazy and talk, but make sure they have everything answered, that they didn't miss anything. Pass your books down to the end of your rows, keep them organized, and then on Google Classroom there is a link to help you guys practice naming ledger lines some more. I'll see you when we get back. Have a great day, guys.